everything that I've been working with so far, I realized that content marketing is the most important aspect of your marketing activities, full stop. So you can sometimes set up your campaigns in a certain way, or you can do extraordinary things with your technique. For example, you can have extraordinary technical skills or optimization skills, or you're just acing the algorithm correctly in social media and everything. But if you do not share the right content that resonates properly with your target audience, then you're unfortunately missing on a lot of things. And in today's sessions, we're going to learn how can we optimize content marketing in order to achieve the best results possible through our digital marketing activities. So in this session, first of all, we're going to start just by being introduced on what is content marketing, what do we mean by content intent, what is it all about, what are the differences between the different types of content, such as the topical and the evergreen content, and we will learn how to build a content marketing strategy in our first section of today's class. So before we jump with learning more about content marketing and everything, and just learning about the different types of content, who here is familiar about content marketing that has something insightful to share before we start? I just love making the sessions as interactive as possible. So I always love to open up discussions about those digital marketing topics. So let's start by having this conversation. Who here has something that they have realized, or some kind of insight that they have about content marketing?
Hey, like I haven't studied this before, but I can maybe talk from experience. When it comes to content, it's very important to first know the objectives of the content, who you're talking to, who you are not talking to, what's the personality of the brand, what's the tonality, what resonate with the people you're trying to reach to. So basically, like, this is in general.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree with you. So jumping to what you were just saying is that, first of all, it's very important that we maintain a consistent communication style across all of our content marketing channels. And it's very important that we know who are we talking to through our content pieces. So let's go and learn more about content marketing. So simply, content is the navigation of your words, of your text, of your opinions and your images and videos, and it's all of the publications that you share on your digital marketing platforms. So content, basically, it could be your social media post, your website copy, a video that you're sharing, an article that you're publishing, let's say a certain poll that you're publishing on social media. All of those different things that you're sharing online is content. So it's very important that you understand how content works, so that you are able to create the right type of content, the content that your audience wants to engage with, or the content that your audience wants to consume. So here we're going to learn how we can strategically create content, how can we understand what kind of content our audience wants, and what kind of different formats should we be adopting in our content strategy. So the main benefits of content marketing, first of all, it's very important that you understand why you should focus a lot on content marketing, because as you know, and I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but I believe that it's a very popular phrase that is used in the digital marketing, is that content is king. So you have to know why content is king. And why do they say that? Because through content, you are able to grow your audience. You're able to have people who advocate for your brand. It means that they are so loyal that they are ready to defend your brand whenever they have the opportunity to do so. You are able, through your content, to increase your visibility and exposure and increase your ranking on search engines. And there is a separate course in the CDMP model where you will learn how you can optimize your content for search engines. You are able to get new business through your content. you're able to generate leads and nurture those leads so that they are not just people who are consuming, for example, who are reading your articles just for fun, or they're browsing your content just for fun. No, you will learn how you can transform those readers into actual profitable customers through your content. Okay? So your content overall, it can enhance it and makes basically the delivery of your business proposition very clear to your audience. So you have to really focus whenever you're creating your content that you are doing it in the right way. Okay? Any questions so far?
No, thank you.
Okay. So moving forward, when we're talking about content intent, what do we mean by that? Now, basically, whenever you are creating a piece of content, whether you're designing a social media post or you're designing, let's say, a video or anything else, you have to ask yourself, why am I doing it? And what is the purpose that this content piece will serve? So what is the objective mainly of this post that is being published? Okay. Because when consumers or when your audience, they see a piece of content that is really irrelevant or that just serves no purpose, it's just there just to be there, your audience will realize that and they will not really much like it. Okay. And here we can see what are the different types of content intent that you can have and what are the different purposes of sharing content. Well, first of all, you can share your content basically to generate awareness. That's the first start of your content intent. So what do we mean by that? So when you are sharing content that serves to generate brand awareness, basically you're just sharing content to tell people why do you exist, why are you there, how do you do your business, and how do you differentiate from your competitors. Now, can someone give me an example of these kinds of content? For example, what can a brand share on their social media accounts in order to generate brand awareness?
Yes, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have already told you that I tried to start a startup company for me related to organic cosmetics. So I think that the main idea or the main purpose of this or the content that I wanted to convey to my audience was, to make them be interested more into everything healthy, everything natural, everything organic, and not everything that is artificial or you got my idea. So I was raising awareness, organic and natural. This is an example.
Okay. So you have a brand that sells organic products for
Yeah,
skincare, for hair care, and so on.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
you
true.
were sharing content that is, for example, highlighting the benefits of using organic products versus synthetic products, or why is it beneficial
Exactly.
to use this versus that. So you are generating awareness for the public so that they know what do you do indirectly without being so promotional about yourself. So it's
True.
very good tactic actually. By doing that, you are aligning your brand, let's say your brand purpose or your brand values with the general cause that your brand is serving.
Exactly.
Yes. So this is, in this way, this is a very good tactic to generate awareness. Any questions from class on the awareness intent? Okay. Now, moving forward, another intent of your content is to create interest. So that means that you are capturing your audience attention to convince them of your proposition. So you're not only just sharing that we are here, we do this, we're different because of that, this is who we are. No, you want to actually captivate their attention and just go beyond of the phase of saying that, okay, I know of a brand that does this, but what would make me interested in learning more about this brand and actually becoming a customer and think of actually considering their products. So examples of how you can share these kinds of content is sharing more of the story of your brand and sharing something interesting. For example, for example, sharing something of how you work behind the scenes, or what is the process of delivering your product or service. So something that can actually make the customer um, engage and interact with your brand. Now, who else has some kind of an example that they can share with the rest of the class on these on how can a brand generate interest?
Yes, maybe we can post a video about a client that took a product from our brand, and the result that he took before after using it.
Yes, yes, before and
Before
after.
and after, yes.
Yes, yes. A before and after is a very good tool also, not only to generate interest, it is true, okay, but also, which is a very good example that you gave, which is a very good transition to the consideration phase. So when your audience, okay, they're aware of you, they're interested in you, and they see that you are providing some kind of social proof that says that this is the result of my product, this is what my product does for you as a customer, this is how you what you as a customer can expect from my product. So this is when your audience starts actively considering and purchasing something for your brand, because you are convincing them that you provide value to your audience through your product or through your service. Okay, so you should always show and demonstrate through your experience, through your case studies, through customer testimonials, and through your expert knowledge. Why is it like, what should your customers know so that they can say yes when you are offering them your product? Okay, because once they start considering, this is when they are more ready to convert and to take an action and to buy from your brand. Now, when you are providing a very personalized experience, for example, where you're providing consultations, support, pre-sales, all of those pre-sales processes, where you are providing a very nurturing environment for this customer through your content, of course, this is when they will be more and more ready and more confident to buy from your brand. And for example, what you can do is you can add value, you can manage your customer expectations, you can provide very clear terms of services, you can request feedback, and you can manage the community in a way in order to increase your conversions. So not only people are consuming your content, but they're actually buying from you through your digital marketing channels. And this is how you start monetizing your digital marketing channels. Now, there is one more additional content intent that is mostly, but there a lot of times, very frequently overlooked, because brands, they seal the deal and they forget to do what follows. And who can explain what comes after the sales, after selling to one customer?
Customer
loyalty.
service. Customer service. And
Customer
after all that, we should ensure that the customer are there for us, they are loyal. But to do that, like you just said, most of the companies forget that this is very essential to keep the momentum of their work, and to keep the momentum of the numbers that they had originally from the sales that they led. So basically, yes, they tend to like forget the retention phase, which is the basic of like a glorious, how can I say? I forgot. Like glorious numbers. Okay. How can I say? I will say it in Arabic. يعني نجاح
success.
Excuse me.
Success.
Yes, I don't know what's happening today. Okay, so basically this is it. Yani, yes, this is the most important phase. Okay, it's fine to have them attracted, to grab their attention, to make them, to push them to buy our products, all these stuff. But at the end of the day, we need to ensure that after they have bought our product, we should keep the momentum to keep them satisfied and come back for another product or service to be bought from our company, our business.
Exactly. And what you were describing is completely applicable on an operational level. But when we're talking on a digital marketing level, what you said is completely correct. But how can you translate on digital marketing through your digital marketing channels, that you have this retention, is by providing extra care for to your existing customers on your social media channels or on your other channels. So that, for example, could be celebrating champion customers. So let's say that you have, for example, a customer of the month. You can create something, a special content piece for
Giving
them.
a gift, maybe discounts, offers,
Yes, yes,
a
yes,
package
exactly.
at a special price.
Exactly. So you have to reward your existing customers or your loyal customers for being loyal to your brand, and this is where they're happy about it. So you can also give them extra praise by showcasing the content that they generate on your accounts, and there's like multiple activities that you can do for that. Now, jumping also to the next part is about the content intent, which describes the different qualities of what describe as effective content. Is first of all that your content should be always relevant. Okay, so it has to make sense to your audience, because, like, for example, if you're specialized in a certain niche or in a certain industry, let's say in the case of Tatiana, where she's let's say where she's selling the organic products, it would be very irrelevant in her case to start, for example, sharing content about cars or about, I don't know, software or technology, or like, why? It makes no sense. Okay, so it has to be very relevant, unless you are able to align something irrelevant to your brand. Like, for example, if she's sharing about something about organic and she wants to talk about something related to cars, probably she can link them in a way, let's say, where she's talking about, let's say, environmentally friendly cars, or I don't know, and just in this kind of way. But it's just very important that you have to make sure that your content is always relevant. Okay. The next part, and it's very crucial, and it's very crucial to know how all of those things, first of all, definitely for your exam and definitely for in your practice, is that your content should always address the needs and the pain points of your customer. Because once you know what is bothering your customer, and once you know what the problem of your customer is, and you are addressing it through your content, this is where you can definitely guarantee that this will give you successful results. Like, let me give you an example on that. Let's say that, moving also with the organic skincare brand, for example, let's say that a customer is facing, let's say, issues with their skin. They're having breakouts, they're having, I don't know, dry skin or something in this field. So your content would look like, let's say, are you suffering from dry skin? Or masalan, you would show a picture of someone who has, for example, pimples, or someone who's, I don't know, who has wrinkles, or I don't know what, and you can share that, and you can say something that this product is here to solve this particular issue that you are having. Because once they can see that this product is actually aligned with their expectations, this is where they can where they can trust this product, or through the content. The content should also be personalized. It should speak in the language of your audience. It should include a very clear call to action, because you have to help the customer understand, after consuming this content, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to learn more about the specifications of this product on your website, or do you want them to shop now, or do you want them to contact you? Always you have to include a call to action. And always make sure that your content is valuable. And by valuable content, we mean it's useful, it's educational, it's entertaining. It gives some kind of an added value to your customers. It's not just like they read it and said, okay, fine, whatever, let's skip, this had no impact on me. Your content should always be impactful, and as I told you, it should always present a solution. So you, as a business owner, or as a marketing manager, or as a marketing executive, or a consultant, you should always analyze what are the unique selling propositions of your brand, of your product, of your service. What is it that you offer is so different than the rest and you should highlight it in the key messages of your content. Clear? Any questions?
Yes.
No. Everything is clear.
Great. Now, what about the formats when we're talking about awareness? Okay, fine. We said that in each of these content intents, what are the different, let's say, purposes? What do we share? How do we communicate it? But how does the content look like at every phase? So when you are generating awareness, and by the way, these are very important, and also they are typical exam questions. So I suggest that you take notes of that. What are the different formats of your content that you should be using? So if you are sharing, if you want to generate awareness, share images, short videos, social ads, GIFs, advertorials, templates, banners. So just something static about your company that helps you generate awareness. Okay. Then we have, when we want to increase the interest of the users or of your audience, this is when you start providing them with additional and rich content and heavy content through your blog articles, through longer videos where you are, let's say, explaining your business, explaining your model, you're explaining your service, I don't know, everything, through long form videos, through podcasts, through ebooks, through infographics, something that can provide a lot of value and information that can entice your audience. Now, if you are increasing, or if you want to increase the consideration level of your audience, yes.
Valeriya, just a quick question. What is white paper?
Yes, white paper. Yes. The white papers, they are similar to ebooks, but they usually are very formal and they're very much, they're very corporate in their nature. But usually they come as a very similar to an ebook format where, for example, a white paper could be a report, or it could be your company profile, or it could be, let's say, like a document with text, with images, and with everything, but it's very like explanatory about.
Like a portfolio about us, for example, about
yes.
our business. Okay.
Yes, you can call it like that, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay. When you want to increase the level of the consideration of your audience, you have to make sure that you're publishing carousels. It's those swipe images, they come like a slideshow, but where you can swipe. Case studies, your testimonials, your customer feedback, webinars are good ideas, frequently asked questions. So this kind of social proof, or the guarantee that your product actually, or that your brand does magic. So they want to see it, they want to really feel that whenever they're going to buy this product, they're not going to be disappointed. So a good idea in this case would be, for example, if let's say you're providing a certain service, okay, or let's say that you are a freelance marketing executive, and you want to get more clients through your social media accounts. So what you would do is that you can ask your customers to give you like a feedback about your work, and just get the screenshot, publish it as a post, and say that, okay, my clients are very happy that they're working with me. You should work with me as well, because I can help you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get in touch with me, and we can have a free consultation where we can discuss how we can take things further. So this is, for example, one thing of how you are moving the client from the consideration phase to actually giving them a clear call to action. Or another format of that would be, for example, take a video of someone expressing how they are satisfied with your work, or how, for example, how you helped transform the business of someone from one place to the other one, through all of those different formats that we're discussing. Now, also, when you want actually people to convert, where they're thinking about you, and you're increasing the consideration, and you're publishing the social proof, and you are warming up the audience to take an action, when it's ready for them, where you are launching your product or launching sale, or you want to generate money from what you're doing, this is when you start retargeting your audience. So this is when, for example, someone went to your website or went to your social media accounts and they saw your profile and everything, and then they will start seeing your ads all over again, just because they had some kind of an interaction with you. You can do it through pictures, through carousels, through display ads, and so on. Now, also to retarget to retain your audience, this is where you would also be retargeting them. You are publishing your user-generated content. That means the content that the user created for you on your behalf. Offers, reviews, discounts, value additions, value bombs, and so on. So these are very important formats that you should be aware of when you are designing your content strategy. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Is everything clear?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So now we're done with the content intent part. And even though I took some time, but because it's a very basic or very foundational thing in content marketing, I really wanted you to understand. So now we're gonna move a little bit faster when we're talking